It's essential always to support the neck and back when lifting the baby over the parent's shoulder. Tuck your hands under the baby's armpits. Your fingers should reach to support his head and neck. Curl the baby to his right side. Then gently lift him high onto your left shoulder. The baby's hands and face should be right above your shoulder by now and not snuggled deep into your chest.
Hi, I'm Hannah Levitus. I'm physical therapist, expert in neurodevelopment. Many times, the newborn baby seems very fragile to the parents, which makes them worry about how to hold and lift the baby. The baby in the last few weeks of pregnancy has very little space that enables it to move in the womb. It becomes in flexion position. Inside the womb, the baby can hear, but it's still quieter than outside. It is dark inside, it also wrapped with fluid that gives it sense of external contours of the body. When the baby born, there is so much light, noise, and different temperature. It will need time for adjustment to the new environment. The newborn baby has what we call a physiological flexure high tone. I want to explain this. We all have muscle tone, that means tension that exists in our muscle most of the time and declines during sleep. It helps to maintain posture. That is what holds us upright against gravity and prevent us from falling. Slowly, after a month, the high flexor tone of the newborn reduced and the baby looks as if he or she is starting to be more relaxed. If you look at the picture, you may notice more or less how your baby looks at the very early beginning. We can see that his tummy is in the air, the buttocks are up, the little feet are not touching the surface. The baby leans on the upper chest, the face many times does not turn completely to the side, and it leans on the cheek, not on the ear. Many times the fists are under the chest, the thumbs are inside the fist. When you put the baby on its back, it looks with less tone. The hands are at his side and the head turned to one side. The baby is not yet able to keep the head in the center. So sometimes a newborn baby looks stronger than 2 months old baby. That is because of the high physiological tone. There is a physiological limitation of movement in all the joint. You could feel that it is impossible to straighten up the legs and hands, and we should avoid trying to do so. Only around 6 months the baby will have full range of movement in most of its joints. When the small baby moves, you can see that its whole body moves. There is no separation of movement yet. A baby is born with primary reflexes. You may notice the doctor checking baby reflexes like walking and standing. Those reflexes will assimilate during the first few months. We do not have control over the reflexes. Much later, the baby will acquire and develop abilities to stand and walk, not by reflexes, but with the control of his muscles and his neurological maturity. So we should not try to make the baby walk until he or she is ready for it, around 1 year. Another reflex that you probably noticed is a moro or startle reflex. For example, when the door slammed, it caused the baby to tremble very strongly, stretching his head strongly to the side, then bring them close to the chest and cry. It is a normal reaction. When you change the position, turning the baby or lifting the baby quickly, it also reacts in panic with the same appearance, a moro reflex. It is an involuntary reaction. The infant feels as if it is falling. It is an uncomfortable feeling. In the inner ear, 3 little closed canals have communication between them in 3 dimensions. It's called labyrinth. It is part of the vestibular system. Those canals have fluid inside and also very fine hair. The labyrinth transmits information to the brain about her position in the space, according to the position of the head. It's caused by the movement of the fluid in the canals and the direction of the hair inside. They are taking an important role in balance reaction. I will explain more about this later in another exercise. That is why I suggest lifting the baby the way you see in the video. Hold it firmly with your fingers supporting the back of the head and lifting it up slowly on your shoulder. Try to have both its arm over your shoulder. It will give it opportunity to start lifting the head and turns it from side to side. It is a way to make it start working with neck muscles.